his illegal activities that he did on TikTok. And it's public information. Y'all requested. I'm more than sure these lawyers in here that's helping these people can go and get it and see it. But there are criminal warrants that have been signed. They're in the system for that Omar person for running his damn mouth, making threats on the internet, doing the things that he was doing. And there'll be more warrants that I'll be announcing when they get signed and put into the system. Now, there's a difference between state courts and federal courts. So the state warrants that have been signed are for for my state and the state of Connecticut. That state warrant ain't gonna extradite him from California to here. But when he has to bring his ass into Connecticut for this federal case is when that warrant will kick in. That warrant will never go away. That is what's important. Now, whatever the feds is going to do is what the feds is going to do about other things pertaining to certain individuals. But what I can tell y'all is that a warrant has been signed by a judge for Omar from the Watts, Omar Facts, whatever he go by, Omar Leonard has a warrant. And I just explained it to you. You got the fresh tea out of my mouth, and it's been confirmed. And it's a state warrant, but it is not they would not extradite him from LA to here. But once he get his ass here for this civil court, I can assure you he will be arrested and he will answer for these charges. Y'all tap the screen. Warrants, not warts. Did I say warts? I meant warrants. If it sounded like I said warts, but warrants. An arrest warrant. I'm trying to bring this lady up in the box that keeps buffering. Okay. So do y'all know who this is in the picture with this black bathing suit on? Does everybody in here know that's Joe? Does everybody know that's Joe Netta, Joe Diddy? Is everybody aware that that's Joe? Can somebody enlighten me on something? Can someone enlighten me on something, or maybe look it up on their computer while we on live? Is it possible for somebody to tell me how do you get veneers if you don't have teeth in your mouth? I thought veneers go over your teeth. Can somebody explain to me, is it possible to get a full mouth of veneers if you don't have teeth in your mouth? I'm looking at this picture from when Joe Diddy was overweight, and I'm asking how you can get veneers in your mouth when you hadn't had teeth in your mouth. I'm looking at the comments to see if somebody could enlighten me and let me know and inform me to tell me. I know that I have a lot of Joe supporters in here tonight. I mean this evening, and it's fine. They can be in here. You know, I'm not against them. I mean, but I'm not going to be against them. They can have conversations with Miss Hillary. I can have a conversation with them.
Oh, I want to get the fuck out of here.
Hello? Ma'am, are you talking to Miss Hillary, or who are you talking to? These people, I don't know who she first of all was talking to, because she didn't have the courage to say anything. I guess she must have been talking to her husband or one of her kids, because she couldn't have been talking to me. So we'll move on. We'll move on to the next person. But we know that Joe supporters are in here. We know that. Y'all tap the screen. Y'all tap the screen. But yeah, we're not going to get lost. I mean, I've given y'all some fresh tea. I'm giving y'all the information that people want to hear and what's going on, and I gave it to you as honestly as I could tell you. But I'm not worried about these Joe bots and these Joe supporters that's in here. I know they're here. I understand that they here. They can be here. I'm not doing anything. I'm not violating any community guidelines. Miss Hillary Sanchez follows community guidelines. That's what we do over here on the Miss Hillary Sanchez show. We follow community guidelines. Okay, so somebody in the comments says that I'm assuming I looked up veneers can be placed over dentures to make them look better. Okay, so veneers can be placed over dentures to make them look better, basically make them look realer. But you have dentures in, and then the veneers are put on top of the dentures. Okay, thank you. Is somebody says, is that a print? I don't know what you referring to. You- I, but thank you for looking that up. I appreciate it. If you referring to the shrimp, why somebody says, why would someone put veneers over dentures? Question mark. Yes, that is a print. Pew pew. It's a pencil nub, a turtle tail. Not a turtle tail. A turtle tail. That ain't even, y'all, that's that imitation shrimp. You know how you get that. You know how you get them little old baby shrimp that you go to some of these buffet places and they got all that batter on them small little old shrimp, and you got to take the bread off to eat the shrimp. It has all type of bread on the top of it to make it look bigger. Somebody said Long John Silver's baby shrimp. Yeah, I mean that's it is what it ti is. Like Joe Netta be saying, it is what it ti is. It is what it ti is. Yes. Did anybody who's in here now, did y'all get to catch my interview with Joe Netta's former manager, Carlos? Did anybody that's in here in the live right now get to catch Miss Hillary Sanchez's interview with Joe Netta's former manager, Carlos? You did? Oh, one, I see somebody did. 97. Yeah, some people said, yeah. Yes. Yeah, you caught a little bit of it, Whitney. Yeah. Carlos is a very intelligent person. I couldn't understand why Joe was calling his manager at 7:00 in the morning every morning for absolutely nothing coming from from Carlos. And I'm just trying to figure out, why would this man be calling this man if it ain't nothing going on or nothing serious at 7 in the morning? These people sleeping at that time. Is Carlos going to file a lawsuit as well? Yes, Carlos confirmed. Carlos confirmed that he has a number of attorneys who represent his company that are looking at multiple legal actions regarding Joe Netta and things like that. So yes, Carlos confirmed on the Miss Hillary Sanchez show that he is going to be filing a lawsuit against Netta. There's no question about that. So yes, he is. Southern Boy 92. Yes, he is going to sue. He's going to do that. Yes, somebody said yes, and it was great. Wasn't that a good over a 2-hour conversation with him? And here's the thing. Who knows Joe better off this app than the manager who worked with them, flew with them, drive with them, when that camera's not on and they're not on live, like understanding how this man thinks, how this man acts, and does the things that he does. Right now, he's being nice and he's being a good Joe because because he knows the pressure and the heat that's coming from the Jamaicans and other people on social media about the things that comes out of his mouth and what he says and the disrespect. Someone says a lawsuit, what happened? Well, there's a number of things that happened. I don't know what lawsuit you're referring to. Are you referring to mine or are you referring to what's filed? I have stuff already filed against him in court right now. It's in federal court and in state court. So I have stuff already filed. It's going to be filed. Messy Joe has to pay them lawyers. Yeah, he gonna have to pay lawyers. He gotta pay lawyers. Absolutely, he gotta pay lawyers. Yeah, he definitely has to pay lawyers. Is the interview with Carlos where Carlos was asked how did the trailer smell? Well, that was one interview. There's actually 2 interviews that I did myself. I did one, it was like 2.5 hours, and then one was like 2 hours and 20 minutes. One of the interviews I did ask him that question. And let me say this because it's so funny to me. Jason says you don't have a case. Okay, Jason. So you're not a judge and you're not a jury. The great thing about courts is that people can file a lawsuit, right, Jason? Let's just use our heads for a second. You can file a lawsuit. And then what happens when you hire a lawyer, because that's what he has to do, and the lawyer has to look over the complaint, right? And then if there's anything that is in the complaint that is flawed, or they can get dismissed upon a motion, then that will be up to the attorney who represents Joe Diddy to file those proper paperwork. Now, the most interesting thing about this is that I'm not worried about that because all of my evidence, everything that I wrote in my case is all live video streams that Joe Diddy did and said on lives about myself and my husband. And I understand the state statutes and he's violated them and he's getting his ass sued and he's gonna pay. So Just stay tuned and you will see if I have a case or not. I'm not going to argue back and forth with you if I have a case because you're not a judge. You're not the jury. That will be resolved in federal court and state court. So respectfully. Okay. And I know that Joe supporters are here. I know you guys are here. Someone says, whether Miss Hillary has a case or not, Messy Joe still got to pay for representation. Absolutely, he's going to have to pay for representation in Connecticut. Yes, you got that right, my little love bug. That was well said. Ryan says, Hillary, get a life. Now, Ryan, do you think that's real nice? I do have a life. I have a very wonderful life, Ryan. Thank you for telling me to get a life. I have a life. I'm very loved. I'm very appreciated. Things like that. Oh, here's another Joe supporter that says, girl, bye. I thank you for coming in, Miss Murphy. I appreciate it. Looks like you're married. I see you have a ring on your finger. She gonna sue you too while you posting her. Well, you know what? That's a wonderful thing that you can do. You can countersue in states and things like that. So, and I'll defend myself in the countersuit. I'm not worried about that. I'm going to host my show 7 days a week, and I'm gonna talk about this ugly man 7 days a week as much as I want to. Okay? Somebody says, another Joe supporter says, what's the obsession with Netta? Is there any other content available? Well, let me tell you something, Miss V. I'm not obsessed with Netta. There's no such a person as Netta. Who I know is his name is Joe Robinson, also known as Joe Alexander or Joe Diddy. There's no obsession. I have a right to have a show. I can talk about things that are 7 months old, a year old on my show every day. If I want to repeat the same things every day, I can do it. There's no obsession. I think the real question is why are you in here on my live? Why aren't you over there on his live watching him destroy pork chops, chicken, meatloaf, and all those other things they like to do in the kitchen? They like to play with food and play with things in the kitchen. Why aren't we asking those questions? Why is he messing up all this good, perfectly made food that people could eat? Don't support him at all. Just don't understand the obsession with him. There's absolutely no obsession with that ugly ass man. Okay? Can we make that clear? No obsession. Just conversation on the Miss Hillary Sanchez show. That's what we do. And here is another thing that's really interesting is we always can tell when the Joe supporters get in here because they start in. I love it. I just love it because see, Miss Hillary Sanchez tonight, don't come over to my main show for the Miss Hillary Sanchez show with this energy y'all giving me now. Don't do that because see, over there is showtime. Over here, we're just kind of, low key. We're just talking and that's what we do. But over there, don't go there. We're not going to go there. We don't have to be disrespectful. You can say what you want to say. Yeah, we got a room full of Joe bots today. Yeah, they here. The Joe bots are in here. They're in here. Yeah, and what's so funny, this is what's so funny. Somebody says, without Joe, there's no Hillary. Well, let me say this. Miss Hillary Sanchez, despite what you think and what you say, I was on this app before Joe Diddy, okay? And all of my data and my video views are way more higher than what Joe's ever could be. I'm in the 22 billion range. He's in the like 6 or 700 million. So let's be clear, and that's factual. That's factual, okay? So let's be crystal clear when it comes to things like that. Okay? 22 billion views. Views. You do your research. It's public information. Okay? 22 billion views. As a matter of fact, when I get done with this live today, I will post it. I will post it and you will see. You will see. You will see. I'm not worried about 21K people on a page. I have 6 pages, okay? I have 6 pages. Let's be clear. Only 3 of the 6 is activated. I don't care that he has 800,000 followers. His views are nowhere in the billions like it was for me when I was here first. In 2022 and 2023, I was viral on this app. And I wasn't viral on here for having skin problems or being unattractive or wishing death upon African American women and their children, or telling African American women that Caucasian women are smarter than them. I wasn't viral because of those types of behaviors, okay? Okay, so let's be clear when we're talking about things and we're engaging in things. That's what it is. Somebody says, "Girl, you ain't viral no more." Well, so let's be clear. Like I just told you, the fact of the matter is that you clearly don't understand how people make money on social media, right? My videos are still being viewed, okay? Like Joe Diddy likes to say, worldwide. No, it is what it is. It's factual. So it's just the facts. I know y'all don't like to know that, but it's the facts. But I'm going to post this video. I'm going to show you what Joe's numbers are, and I'm going to show you what Miss Hillary's are. I'm going to show you what Joe's views are, which I give it to him. 700 million views are great, right? But what do you think about 22 billion? 22 billion views versus 700 million views. It's day and night. There's nothing I'm jealous about. Absolutely nothing at all. Nothing at all. Let's take some people in the box. I see I have some requests. Hello, Miss White. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Honey, I'm feeling good. I'm doing good. You know, we doing what we do.
I'm enjoying it. I don't know why those Joe's viewers get on your show to talk about Joe. Why don't they go on his show?
Right.
That's ridiculous. But you keep up the good work. We love you, Miss Hillary, and I thank the world of you. You got my support anytime.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I really do. And we know that they get mad and they're upset and you know, and that's what it is. They have a right to be. They can feel mad and they can be upset, but they don't have to come over here and voice it.
That's right. They should be upset with him. He the one lies.
Right. And puts down people and does the things that he does. He can't even tell the truth.
That's the truth. He don't know what the truth is if it bit him in his face.
Not in his face.
It would only help, Miss Hillary, just being
Yeah.
honest.
I mean, you couldn't mess anything up, could you?
No, no way.
Well, thank you so much for coming up, Miss White.
Oh, you're welcome anytime.
Appreciate you, sweetie.
Okay, bye-bye.
Well, I mean, Miss White, I detect no deception, no lies told there, Miss White. I mean, y'all tap the screen. Y'all tap the screen for Miss Hillary Sanchez. I appreciate you. So yeah, these people. Let's take some more guests in the box. Y'all just tap the screen, and we're gonna do what we do on the Miss Hillary Sanchez show. They can come up here and be respectful and do what they want to do and say what they want to say, but they should stay within the community guidelines. Let's take the next person. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So, I just want to say this because there's a lot of off comments. I think that a lot of people misunderstand the situation with Jonetta, Joe Diddy, whatever, whoever wants to refer to him. A lot of people have to realize that I understand there's going to be people that relate to you. There's going to be people that relate to her. The problem that I have with Joe Diddy is because Joe Diddy tends to, one, tell a lot of lies about even just views, because I've seen the YouTubes, I've seen the TikTok lives, and the number that he be calling out or she be calling out or whatever he want to go by is not what's physically there. Two, you constantly come to different platforms and you're disrespecting the same community that comes to support you. For instance, the whole disrespectful comments about the Jamaica trip, calling black women bitches and all stuff like that. It's unnecessary. I think that it's a front, and when you get on these platforms and say you're playing a character, but you're coming out of character to disrespect people and belittle them, it's just distasteful. It's just distasteful. And to me, like, you cannot say that you love your black community, you love your supporters, but in the same sentence or in the same setting, you're disrespecting them. And that's the problem that I have with the way that his character plays out.
Well, and let's say this, like I said, that a person doesn't have to believe anyone. You can do your own research, just like you said. You can go and you can look and see what people's views were, right? You can see it. It's on the internet. And that's why I said I will post it. You can see back in 2022 and 2020, the early part of 2023, I was over 22 billion views, and that's a fact. And I'm going to post that. But it's not a competition. I simply tell them I don't care about that. That's not what I'm here for. I'm on this app because this man got on here disrespecting black women, wishing women death upon women and their children, and disrespecting women, single moms, and everything else that this man did. In the process of that, this man violated laws, and now he's being sued and being held accountable. He's going to be held accountable whether he likes it or not. He's going to have to answer to these charges. I filed already. There's nothing that I have to argue or convince TikTok of, because I went in my local courts and did what needed to be done.
And I understand that you did whatever you felt was best for you, just like anybody else would. I don't come on here to pick us out or anything like that. I just feel like facts are facts, and I do feel like a lot of people should just go research things before they assume a side, because it can go so negatively and it can have a positive outcome. But again, I agree with you. The disrespect in the same community, especially the black community, is the problem that I have with some of the content, because I think that when you go to degrade the same people that are here to support you, laugh with you, laugh at you, or whatever you're on the platform for, that's when you're creating a problem. And it's not just creating a problem, you're creating a dynamic that from the outside looking in makes it look like people of your stature it's okay to disrespect Black people, and that is the issue I have. However he creates his content is his business, and that's perfectly fine. Whatever, that's how you make your money, that's fine, but don't keep lying to create a narrative and then degrade the people that are like, oh no, I've been following you for a while, that's not what you said, or no, that's not true, because here's what I pulled from public records. So hopefully Joe get it together, and yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that.
Right.
But thank
And before you go, let me say this, sweetie. I appreciate you for coming up, but have you followed him? Have you not seen the video where he wished death upon Black women and their children? Did you see that?
I did.
So because I see somebody in the comment that said he never wished death on her children. She couldn't have even she can't find a video of him saying that.
So I think, if I'm not mistaken, there is a page. I have to go and look, but there is a page where they repost clips of different things that he says, which is how I saw it. And he said it in a very vulgar context. A lot of the women who were in the video when he made those statements were very much offended, and it started becoming a sexist thing where they were saying, you're not even a real woman. You can't have children. Why would you say something like that? Things of that nature. It was said, and it was very vulgar. And there were so many women that were offended by it, which is why there's a lot of women, especially Black women, who are no longer supporting his content
based on what you just said. And that's what I tell these Joe bots, that I don't have to lie on him. This man literally said this. Joe Diddy literally said what he said, what I'm saying that he said. I don't have to make up anything. This is what this man said on this platform, on this app. He said that. He said exactly what I just said that he said, and he can't deny it. And what's funny to me is his supporters that come in here trying to defend him need to understand that Joe Glizzy said what he said, and it was vulgar like she said he said it. No one has to lie on him. Nobody has to make anything up on him. There are plenty of people on this platform who have heard him say that. Hi, Miss CC. Can I ask you a question if you saw this? Have you ever seen a video with Joe Diddy saying that he wished Black women would go to sleep with their kids and wake up dead, and he wished death on Black women and their kids? Have you not heard that video?
Now the part of him sleeping with their kids, I haven't heard anything to that effect, but I heard him wish death on a particular creator's children.
Okay.
I was on that live that night when
Tell us about that, please.
Well, and that's one of the reasons why she is on this platform, because he wished death among her children. And when he said that, I said, now he pushing the envelope for real now. People, you can talk about everybody else, but don't talk about nobody's children. Don't do that. And one thing about him is that he takes it to another level when it hits hard, like Trump does. That's the only way I can describe it. And but when you go after him, just like when people was talking about STDs and all that kind of stuff, they shut up for a minute. If you notice, the TikTok land was very quiet when they started rolling the information about STDs and blah blah blah. They were quiet for a few days. So when you hit him, he'll shut up and sit back on that couch, and him and Charles will have movie night. But it's okay for him to go after people's children, talk about, Black women, this and so forth and so on, even nationalities. And you see the issue with the Jamaicans. So, I'm just ready for a cancellation of this person. I don't watch any of their videos. I have blocked everything. I don't want them to come across my timeline at all. It's not entertaining. It's not entertaining. It's insulting. And I'm not a woman who experiences domestic violence or anything to that effect. But what he does is verbally abuse these people, and they act like they don't have the common sense to recognize and understand that.
And I think that there lies the problem with Joe Glizzy. There lies the problem with him and the things that he does. Now, there's one thing when you're doing things for Shock TV views and likes and all of that, and then there's another thing when you naturally do hate black women. And to me, in my opinion, he doesn't even like being a black man, because he said if he had his choice, he'd be a white woman. That's what he said. Hello, Mr. Wright. I saw you in the comments, so I wanted to bring you up.
How you doing, Miss Sanchez?
How are you?
And everybody else on the panel.
Hey, baby.
I think I saw you on Dutch's panel or DJ.
Yeah, me, Duchess, and DJ King. We all on that panel when you came in. And to go back on Miss CC Rogers' panel, I'm gonna go back to what Miss CC was saying. Yeah, we was on that live when Duchess brought up that STD and how Miss Rogers said he parked himself. He got quiet. They got low for like a week and a half too. But he did say that about Duchess' children and everything, because Duchess do have that video. And so once we start exploiting what was what, he just automatically just shut down, because when truth start coming out, he just went like south. Like, okay, he crashed out. Then he tried to get on King's panel trying to talk to Duchess when she trademarked the name. Then Duchess was like, just putting it all out there. Then he couldn't speak back. He was like, you can tell he was frustrated. Then from there, it's like Ms. Rogers said, once he get exploited, then everything crumbles. Now he got to go sit back and figure out something else to trying to stir up a controversy. Then he's going to rebuttal back on what he said. Then it's just like he's doing it for the mockery, just to keep himself relevant. But once you drop that lawsuit, then start exposing him from those the success seasonings and everything. It's like, dude, you do everything that you think we're not gonna catch you in that act. Then it's like, once we all come together, me, Duchess, Doc, when we're on our platforms, it's like, damn, I really got a team that's really getting at me. You see, now he turned off all his comments.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, all his videos or whatever, it's a creator has turned off all comments, and he's just doing it every little thing to cut off the nose to spite your face. But then you said he don't like the black women, don't like the children. You would say we're unalive. You don't want to be a black man. You rather be a white woman. It's like, dude, you're in your own planet. So it's like everybody got a name from you. Joe Diddy, Joe Glizzy, Grown Master Joe. Is you bring all this on yourself.
And I think a lot of people, Jody, don't understand that when it comes to these cases, a lot of people, I think, is confused. There are criminal cases against him and civil. There are literally criminal cases. It's a fact. He knows it. He was served by the sheriff in his small town, and it's all on video and body cam. I posted some of the still shot videos of it. There's so much that I hadn't went into yet because it gets overwhelming. But this man is fully aware of what is going on. He knows exactly what's going on. And why do you think he's acting like he's unbothered? He's being so nice to everybody because that he's crashing. That's what he does when you have him in a corner. He just crashes and he gets quiet.
Hillary, can I say this in response to what you're saying? I'm going to tell you why Joe's quiet. his pocket has been hit. Okay. And so what's going on is every time he explodes on here, that month he lost all that money. He waited, it was like what, 4 or 5 days towards the end of the month before TikTok dropped them dollars.
Yeah.
He learned. He learned because he did not get paid for all that money he made that month. And when he spazzed out on here, he did not get a dime from TikTok. Period, point blank. So now he is trying to say, well, y'all can say what you want to say, keep talking about me, blah, blah, blah. I'm still going to get these coins, which, I mean, it's fine. But someone made a comment on here saying that by talking about him is why we couldn't go live if we didn't talk about him. I saw that in a comment. And I just want to say this. Joe would not have a trailer if he couldn't go live. Just look at it in that sense. He creates situations, and then someone said, go vote. Okay, we voting to get him off TikTok. How about that? So when you say go vote, and you're talking about these issues, you're not talking about the disgracing things that he goes on here and say. Defend that. Defend a nationality. Defend when he's talking about people's children. Okay, so you are one of those dumb followers who keep putting money in his pocket, and you probably, you don't see the big picture of the issues that he is causing. So again, when you put comments in here, why are you on Hillary's page if Hillary going live is bothering you?
Miss CC.
Oh, I was like, I can answer that because.
Yeah, I was thinking too. Do you mind if I roll the dough real quick? Do y'all mind if I roll the dough real quick, Miss Hillary? All right. So I'm just gonna sum this up because I think some of y'all in the comments are missing a point. So I'm gonna roll the dough. I want y'all to realize one thing. Miss Hillary didn't start this page to come bash Joe Netta, Joe Diddy, Joe Glizzy, Joe R. Diddy, Jetta Kelly. That's not the case. Let me explain something to y'all because I've been watching this from the beginning. This start came about because Joe Diddy felt the need to speak on Miss Hillary when Miss Hillary called him out for lying. This goes beyond what y'all think, what y'all are trying to stir up as a beef. What she's saying in the overall picture is the respect is respect. And what y'all fail to realize is content is funny. And it can be enjoyable until somebody's feelings get hurt. Joe Diddy had no business speaking on Dutch's children or anyone's children, family, or lifestyle at all, or wishing death on somebody. Because for someone who had a partner that you were so in love with right before Charles and died, you had no business to speak death upon anyone because death hit you so close to home. Now, with that being said, if y'all remember way back, in the early 90s and early 80s and stuff like that, you could not live your life out as someone from the LGBTQIA community. These days, it is something so common, and people are starting to begin to live in their truth and walk with their head up. Joe Diddy does not do that. He creates content that is bashful, that makes the community look as though we cannot be accepting of certain things. And so that's why so many people are reaching and grabbing. But y'all also have to remember that behind that content is a real person, which is Joe Netta and Charles. And behind those people is a social security number attached to a lot of different charges and a lot of different court cases that some of the followers still don't know about. So when you have people coming in the comments or to a page saying, yeah, but there was kids involved. Yeah, there was abuse involved. Yeah, there's with this, that, and the third. You have to be careful because you don't know all the facts. So unless you are going to take the time out to really dig behind this person, then you really can't put a full 2 cents on somebody's dollar. You can't tax their dollar because you don't know. For anybody who was following Joe Netta on Facebook, when he actually used his real name, when he was creating content, when his partner was still alive, then you know what I'm talking about. If you were not on his page before he made it private where you can't get on there and now it's only 600 friends, then you don't know. So if you don't know, you might want to dig a little bit. This woman didn't come out the blue and just start going for Joe. Joe started coming for people within the community, the human race. And so she was the first person to stand up and say something. Now, if anybody's offended by that, you're entitled to it. You're entitled to your feelings. But don't be disrespectful because you disagree, because opinion is like a behind. Everyone has one and you're entitled to it. But if you are going to have an issue with somebody, have an issue based off facts. Don't have an issue based off of popularity, because that's every time you're going to look like the fool. So when you come to her live and you say, oh, we're not gonna, like Miss Cece said, someone in the comments said, oh, y'all wouldn't be able to go live and this is that and the third. We was able to go live before Joe was able to go live. Joe got them 1,000 followers quick because people would thought that content was funny. But it was funny until people's feelings and livelihoods became affected. And if you are a genuine parent and you love your children and you love your spouse and you love your family members and you have a heart, then you will know that what Joe said about Dutch's children and her life was very wrong. I don't care if you like his or her, however you want to call it, content. The way Joe went about speaking to Duchess on her children and her was inappropriate. Period, point blank.
Can I say dumbasses on here?
Yeah, you can. Hold on one second before you go. Hold on one second, because everybody will get a chance, but I want you to talk to next. Let me say this, and I want to be very, very clear. What that man said about Duchess, her children, Nia, and other people, other women on here is unacceptable. And I don't give a damn who don't like what I do. I'm going to do it 7 days a week, like I've been doing for months. And now that he has caused this lawsuit, it's going to be reported on daily, and other people are going to pick it up. Mr. Wright and other folk content creators that are doing what they do on their platforms and everything else. So get used to it. Go ahead, CC.
Okay, I just want to say this. Recently, on my timeline and everybody else's timeline on here, we witnessed an African-American young man in Florida walking down the street and being harassed by some Caucasians. Got me. Okay? Now, my question is, let's flip the script. Joe does the same exact thing on TikTok towards black people and other people. But we letting that slide. He get passes. What's the difference? That man got fired. Them other people got exposed for the type of behavior that they presented to that kid. So again, Joe is weaponizing the internet, TikTok, to go after and say what he wants to say to people. And these people are buying in it. They're not doing anything but a couple of content creators because they're tired of the behavior that he possesses on here.
And I just want to say this with Joe Glizzy, he does it how she said. He's weaponizing. So what he's doing, he probably got multiple accounts under different names.
18.
And you'll start to see him when it's user this, user that, where it's just like you'll have these multiple accounts under a different username. Then you got the Netabots that's going along with him. And knowing he's paying them to do this and do that. Just like with the Jamaican situation, they was bashing him and he couldn't take it. Like you guys said earlier, when he's backed in that corner, he's quiet until he got to re-strategize and see how I'm gonna get out this situation. You was talking about the Jamaicans and you said you didn't care. Now all of a sudden, Charles on that little porch that's about to break through, cooking and playing Jamaican music. Now you're trying to say, oh, the Jamaicans are my friends. Oh, America should be like how the Jamaicans are. And it's like, dude, you don't know which way you want to go. Like you stir up all this ruckus just to think your content is going to get views, your numbers is up. It's like, dude, oh, I got 8,000 and something views right now. Dude, out of those 8,000, you probably only got 400 that's really people that's just really looking at you, but you're paying for everything else, just trying to make it seem like, oh, I'm that popular, I'm getting my money. How she said towards the end of the month, that check went down. Then when they went to Buffalo Wild Wings, that was at the beginning of the month. So one of them SSI checks kicked in. So it's like, you can't try to sit here and blow smoke on our face now. When that wind come, that smoke is gone and every time he does something, that truth comes to be exposed in front of him.
And I think it was well said. And again, when you take everything that this man has did to women, and it's triggering. I hope people can really wrap their brain around to have a grown man get up here on social media and belittle a woman and her children. It's just it gives these fake apologies, these not sincere, not one sincere bone in this man's body, and it's nuts to me. And I know that there are going to be people on the panel who agree and disagree, and that's okay too. But we can be respectful of each other's views. And with that being said, Nas, go ahead and unmute and you may speak your piece, Miss Nas.
Okay, my thing is, like, how does this help y'all? Because Miss Hillary, I've been seeing you on here for the longest, dragging this man nonstop. I just want to figure out, how is this helping you?
Okay, that's a very good question. I'm going to mute you for the feedback. So if I understand your question was, how is this helping me? Well, this isn't about Miss Hillary Sanchez. This is not about me. This is about me advocating for African American women, their children, people who utilize Department of Social Health Services. This man was attacking women. He had all this smoke and energy for women. He had all this energy for their kids and making fun of them and doing this and doing that, cussing them out, calling them everything but a child of God. Now he has somebody on his same equal stature. I'm an adult just like him. I can stand 10 toes down just like him, but yet and still he doesn't have that same energy for Miss Hillary Sanchez. So that answers your question. And that would be a better question to ask him. Why doesn't he want to address the situation and get on here and make really sincere apologies to the people who he has disrespected, and those videos have went viral on this app, and those videos have went very viral on this app, and I'm making no apologies. I don't think what I do is anything other than I'm raising this man's awareness. I have given him a humble piece of pie. It's called checking. I checked this man to let him know exactly what is going on with what he was doing to people. And there are still African American women on this app that are traumatized and triggered by this man, by what he does. Okay, go ahead, Miss Tracy, or I can't see how you say your name, but you can go ahead and unmute CC.
Here, but one thing that I wish he would have stayed on here, because I definitely wanted to ask him the example that I gave about that young man. What is wrong for us standing up for us? When we stand up for us, people look at it as if we're trying to bully someone. But why can't we be defending us? Why can't we stand together on an issue that is attacking our race, our community? It's okay for other races to attack the Black community, but see, when one of us attack us, we need to check them, because they are part of the Black race. Believe it or not, Joe, wake up call, you are Black. Go to Sarasota, Florida, and see what happened. But once again, what is wrong with us checking us? Because you are degrading our race, degrading our communities, and you're saying all these reckless things. But what we're trying to do is hold you accountable, because we want our race to stop being attacked by outsiders. So if you constantly attacking us, then other people going to look and say that it's okay to say and treat black people any kind of way.
You're right. Mr. Wright, what is your views on that? Can you chime in on that, sir, please?
What that is, it's like, you guys remember the movie Django, right? Correct?
Yeah.
Facts.
So you remember Stevens, the one that Samuel L. Jackson played? That's who he is. But it's like you're trying to put yourself above us, and how she just said, you are black. I forget the city she said in Florida, but if you go there, they're not going to treat you no different, like they accept you. They're going to put you back in a reality check. You are still them. So it's like letting this platform boost your ego or make you feel some type of way. That's why if you ever notice when he's in that trailer, to him he's the biggest thing in the world. But outside of that trailer, from that little senior citizen cruise and being in public, you do not hold that same energy. But as soon as you come back to that trailer, it's like you're God himself. But when reality sets in, where now you feel, oh, people is attacking you and this and that, oh, it's bullying, how the Netabots trying to defend her. It's like, no, you bring this amongst yourself. And it's like, we get tired of seeing this on our FYP, Netta doing this, Netta doing it. It's like, literally, can you just have one cool little post or comment? But no, it's like you love the controversy and you thinking that's going to get you paid and you're going to gain more followers. It's like that one kid that always cried wolf. Now when the wolf come, nobody believes you. I'm not a person that say I hate a person, but I very strongly dislike that person. So it's where it's like the backstory with Charles, oh, we met on the internet, and no, you've been knowing that boy since he was an adolescent when you was taking care of his father, when you guys stayed in the project. Before you even got with Charles, you was with the other dude who passed away. So it's like, now all the stories he's telling us, we got the backstories on that. Like you say, for everybody that been following him from Facebook before he started to go live and everything, and he's thinking, oh, people is going to forget that and forget that. No, you got a team of people that got their own platforms where it's like, dude, we're tired of this. So if like if we come together, everybody put their heads together. Okay, you got this clip, you got that clip, you got this clip. Okay, now spread the evidence across the table. Now you can't lie because it's being recorded. Everybody screenshots. Everybody voice records, just like how they was in the DMV. He had the innocent guilty look trying to play peekaboo with the lady. Oh, do you know me? Do you know? You was talking real humble, but as soon as you left from the DMV and got back to that trailer, now you want to try to change the narrative of the story. Oh, I was just trying to make sure. No, we know the type of person you are. You throw a lot of stones and rocks, but hide your hands and trying to cover it up. And you got Slow Start over there. You got him just doing whatever he needs to do. You can tell that boy is not all the way, can't get right. That boy do not got it all the way.
But my question is this. What talent do Joe have? Mixing sugar and shit together ain't a recipe. What talent does Joe have?
He has no talent. You can't cook. You only use sugar, bell peppers, onions. You can't dress. You got everything out that little beauty shop, the little $5.99 beauty shop. You only got a Dollar General. You don't have nothing.
Well, you guys, hold on one second, y'all. I do believe he got talent. He's a man, and he's a man that can make his manhood disappear into a shrimp. That's talent, ain't it? Is that not talent?
Miss Henry, I'm mad you even got that little cocktail over there in the picture.
I'm gonna stop eating shrimp.
I think, and y'all please in the comments correct me if I'm wrong. I'm listening to everything that everyone's saying and trying to read the comments. I did I did comment and said, Nas, I appreciate you. I respect you for coming up and asking your question, because a lot of people don't want to come up and address Miss Hillary directly. So I can respect you for that. But let me say this. I think that based off the comments, I think that y'all feel that the way it's being addressed, Jonetta, I feel like y'all think the way that it's being addressed is wrong. Y'all are basically saying it's not what you're saying, it's how you're going about it. What y'all have to realize, and I say this with the utmost respect, even when Joe said, I would want to be a white woman, there were white women who were offended by that comment as well. I've been to Sarasota, Florida before myself. I have seen there are changes with the environment change. Y'all have to understand that at the end of the day, as an African American community, you have a mother, you have an aunt, you have a sister, you have a daughter, you have a black friend, you have a biracial friend. As people of color, we are considered minorities, and when you make statements that become belittling or demeaning to someone in that culture, it comes off in the worst way and starts rubbing people. And y'all know drama is going to travel faster than something positive. And that is why there's so many people that are just like, I can't take Netta no more. So when y'all say, oh, y'all are haters, y'all are haters, y'all are haters, y'all are haters, let's be clear. I'm not a content creator by a long shot. I have a very professional job. I have a husband and children myself. If someone, a content creator or not, would have said that they wish death on me or my children or my livelihood or anything like that, I would be very offended as well. If someone sat and saw me in public and then went on social media and said that the encounter that I had with them was something different, I would definitely address it. There's just been a lot of different instances that have rubbed people negatively, and negative stories are going to travel faster. I have came to my personal own conclusion without anyone's help that Joe is the type of person that throws the rock and runs. He doesn't hide his hand. He runs and then he apologizes for it later. Sometimes an apology is not enough to make something right when you've done a whole community of people wrong. And to answer your question, Nas, that's something that Miss Hillary has to speak for herself. If she removed you, she have to answer that, because I wasn't the one who removed you. But I wanted you to know that I respected you for coming up to ask your question, because I've been on her lives a few times and I've seen where people will talk in the comments and never come up. And that's why I give you respect in this space with all these people on here, because you're do that because you actually came up to say what you needed to say.
And let me say this. Let me say this really fast. And Mr. Wright, you can go right after me. Let me say this. I answered Naz's question. I thought I answered his question. He asked a question to me. I answered his question. I didn't know that he wanted to continuously have a debate with me about it, because my views are not going to change. This is not the program to get me to do anything differently than what I have done for the last several months. Now, anybody, they can come up here and speak, be respectful, and I'll answer the question, and I thought I answered it. But here's what people have missed, Renee. When you told them, when they're asking, how did this first start? When Hillary exposed him for the BET Awards, and then it started to go from there. And that's where people are losing all of what you said when it comes to stuff like that. The attacks, the people he recruited, his Joe bots, and everything to attack me. And the fact of the matter is, all he had to do was tell the truth and say, I was never invited to the BET Awards. We were detained, as Hillary reported that we were detained. The facts, some may have been off, but at the end of the day, you were detained, and the video showed you were detained. And that's a fact. And you haven't disputed it. And I told you several months ago, if you weren't trespassed off of that property, go back there when you were in LA, when you went and got your facial peel, Joe Diddy, and I would delete my pages. You had two opportunities in LA to just go back to that hotel where the BET Awards were held and go live in the lobby where I would know where you were. You never did it. You went live in hotel lobbies other than the one where the BET Awards were. And the reason why you have not sued me for slander and defamation regarding the BET is because it's true. And not only do I not have the video evidence of everything I said about you, I've got reports. Okay. So let's be crystal clear. I'm not concerned about any countersuit regarding the BET Awards when it comes to Glizzy, because I have factual information that I relied on from hotel management, security, and law enforcement. Now clock that. Go ahead, Mr. Wright.
You're honestly telling the truth, Miss Sanchez, because I'm from LA right now. I live in Hollywood, California. I'm right around the corner from the Kodak Theater. So it's like the entertainment life is like, you see who's eligible to have access to those type of events and everything. Like I said, when they came out here, they wasn't no iconic people sitting here walking around the boulevard, or, you know, they went to Pink's Hot Dog. That's a mile and a half down from Hollywood Boulevard. Did not one person say, oh, you're Miss Netta, but it's like the delusionalness. It's like, if you tell yourself a lie so many times, you're going to start to believe it. But then when that truth get put in.
And you're right, Jody, because his previous manager,
Carlos.
He did a live addressing the lies that he was going with them to make them pop. The girl who, if y'all follow the girl who did his makeup during that event, when she did not get paid, she did a tell all live, and she said the same thing, that they were sitting there asking them to clap in the hotel room and everything to use the sound as background, so when they were walking through the lobby, they could use the sound to make it seem like people were saying hey to them. If y'all like to investigate things that hard, look at the videos and pay attention that sound is used on majority of their videos to make it seem like they're surrounded by fans, and they're not. So at the end of the day, you can like the content, but don't like the lies, because if you like the lies, you're just as bad as the person that's telling the lie. And Carlos said the same exact thing that Miss Hillary said that everyone else saw. They were in an empty lobby. And if you've ever been to an award show or something like that, I want y'all to know you can literally go online and buy some leftover tickets, or you can sign up a year or two in advance to get a seat so they can fill it up to make the show like it's something really, really hype. There's just I think they're called like NDAs or something. You can't post videos and stuff before a certain time and things like that. So it's not a lie, it's the truth.
And that's what I'm saying. Like I say, it's like being in Miami. I'm not starstruck on seeing stars. I see them every day. I live in a nice neighborhood. So it's just like, okay, you see this star, but, you know, going back to what you're saying, the NDAs and all that, they got, like, I see when they built those stages and those platforms, like for the Oscars, the Grammys or whatever. I didn't work union jobs where we set up those structures. Then they have a certain part for people that's just off the street randomly. Hey, we just need you guys to fill seats and fill gaps up in there. But for his delusional mind frame, it's like, I'm going to be there on that red carpet. I don't care about the BET Awards. I'm 38 years old. To me, that's for little kids. So why would a grown man want to be around there? That's like, are you looking to groom somebody, or, you know, you trying to be noticed? It's like, you're 50 something years old. I can understand. Okay, you're trying to get in the Oscars, which you're not going to be. You don't have no acting talent. What are you doing? You're making yourself look a fool every time. Your skits it was all right because we just wanted to see, okay, what this person doing. But once you got big headed, it's like, come on. There's nobody in Hollywood right now that's going to take you. They'd rather find a homeless person who has a alcohol problem and deal with them, put them in classes, a sober treatment little area, work on them to bring the best out. You can't work with a person like that. So this is his Hollywood is TikTok. His TikTok is Hollywood, basically. And there's nobody that's going to sign you Carlos even like, come on, man. I try to do everything best I can tell you how he said. I try to take him to California. Do not take that fake Louis and fake Gucci out there. These people really out here with that real stuff. I never seen a full Louis.
Let me just say this before I get off this platform, because I have to say to my children. I just want y'all to take something to heart, and I'm gonna tell everybody this, whether you're a fan of Hillary, Joe, however y'all will put it. The definition of an icon is so sacred, it's so strong. Let me tell y'all something. An icon is those grandmothers who watched y'all when y'all parents was working 2 and 3 jobs to pay for their house, not live up in a trailer or somewhere that Joe have. An icon is a person, a mama or a daddy that gets up and works 6 o'clock to 6 o'clock, still come home tired, put food on that table, and made sure that you got where you at today. An icon is those parents those great grandparents who pulled that rice, that cotton, that cabbage, all that stuff to make sure that we able to walk this earth with our head up and not have to answer to nobody saying master. So when you go as a fan, if you a fan, a true fan, if you a real person, you an honest person, you gonna check wrong when wrong is wrong. An icon is somebody that has statue because they built that statue. They have a purpose and they're fulfilling that purpose. The people before us, they've done that. And they did not do that in a negative tone. They did not degrade people in a negative tone. So I want y'all to take that and let that simmer just a little bit when you sit here and say that someone's hating on an icon, because let me tell you something. My grandma, my great grandma, my grandparents, my grandfather, those are what I consider to be icons, because without them, I wouldn't be able to own my house today, my car. Wouldn't be able to walk if I wasn't debt free. That's an icon to me. But I appreciate y'all letting me come up and speak, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.
Okay,
No doubt. Thank you for that.
Have a
Ms.
good
Hillary,
day.
I wanted to say this to you. I welcome anybody on here who follows Joe to come up and have an intelligent conversation, like you said. But this is the thing. Where are they? Where are those people who, don't hide behind in the comments. Come up and say your piece. I mean, I'm interested in why you like Joe. I'm interested in why you like somebody who talk about your mama, your sister, your girlfriend, your auntie, your grandma. I want to know what's in your head and your heart for you to follow and like and support someone like that.
Thank you, Renee, for coming up. Mr. Wright, go ahead, finish what you were saying before Renee got on to say. I was listening to you too. I wanted you to finish.
No, Renee, she hit the nail in the coffin, and the previous lady that just finished saying what she was saying. It's like you can't play with those type of things, like how she broke down what's iconic. Our grandmothers, mothers, fathers, grandfathers, those are iconic people, legends to us that shaped and molded us to be the people we are today. Show our morals, our values. Not to sit here and go back and forth. I got to degrade this or talk negative about this person that's going to make me iconic. No. Like, I remember there was a segment when he's like, I don't identify with the alphabet crew, the LBG, all that. I'm not saying I'm not. Dude, so you're on your own then. And it's like, I have uncles, that's with the alphabet people, but they still have their morals. That's just their preference and what they do. And how to say earlier, they walk with their head up high. They're not out here disrespecting. They're not out here slandering or saying, I wish these people was unalive with their children. No. It's like what that man is doing, it's like you're a straight crash out. And you taking that little boy down with you. Yeah. And he don't know right from wrong.
No,
you promised him this, you promised him that. You a grandmaster manipulator.
Yeah, that's true. You are definitely right on that, Mr. Wright. And let's be crystal clear here. Let's be real clear here when it comes to this man. No one cares if he's not an icon, like she said. He's internet known. And what is he known for? He's known for shimmying and saying, Charles, your lunch is ready. And people were intrigued with him by the way he looks. Okay? Let's be crystal clear. And there is nothing else that needs to be clarified when it comes to that. So nobody is jealous of this person at all. I'm not, and nobody on this panel is. Comedian, go ahead and unmute your mic. Comedian, you there? Go ahead.
What's going on, Hillary?
Hi, how are you?
Girl, you brought me to you brought me to TikTok. I've been watching you on YouTube, and I was watching you on some Best Body page, but you recently started a YouTube. And when I watched you, I just felt like I could feel you, and all the stuff you were saying was so true about Netta, because I remember watching Netta by herself before Charles entered the picture, and she wasn't that bad. It wasn't that many views, but it's like I went to sleep one day and I woke up and everybody was in love with this Charles, your lunch is ready. And I was like, what happened that quick? And the more she got famous, it was like the crazier she got. And I just love you because you tell the truth and you bring awareness to what he is doing. He is manipulating people to keep himself relevant.
On here, can I speak something? I'm Jamaican.
Yes, go ahead.
No. You don't. Hold on one second, Miss Comedian. Hold on. Don't you dare bring your ass in my panel interrupting people when they speak. And you can come up here and you can speak, but you will be respectful. What you have to say can wait. She was speaking. It was not that important for you to come up here being disrespectful. We will welcome you to be respectful, but don't come up here thinking you're going to come up here to make your point and then drop down and what she was saying didn't mean anything. Go ahead, Miss Comedian. Finish what you saying, Queen.
Well, I'm back, and I just want to thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your panel, because I've been watching you for the last 3 months, and I was like, she is so great. She is such a speaker. She is like the Oprah of TikTok. She is like, I got to talk to her because everything she's saying is the truth, and it made me take a second look at Joe Nella and Charles and what they're doing, and baby, you got them shaking in the boots. And all I got to say is, all TikTok got to do is stop paying them, and they'll get lost.
You couldn't have said it any better, but I do appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming up.
I love you, girl, and I'm watching you on all platforms.
I love you too, and I'm gonna follow you on here.
Please do, because I'm new on here and I need followers. They say I need a 1,000 followers so I can go live.
I followed you, and when I go on my main platform, you follow me over there, and I'll ask some of my true supporters to follow you.
Thank you, Hillary. I love you so much, girl. And I'm always in Connecticut. I'm a truck driver, and and every time I go to Connecticut, I think of you.
Well, if you have time when you come to Connecticut, message me on here, and we go eat some soul food together.
Oh, girl, you know I will, because I am everywhere. I'm in New Haven. I'm in Waterbury. I'm in Hartford, honey. I'm even down in Stamford, honey.
Okay, all righty, honey. I love it. You're following me. I'm following you. So message me, okay?
All right, baby. Love you, girl.
Love you too, honey. Thank you. That was so nice. But like Miss CC said, you guys are welcome to come up here, but you've got to be respectful to my co-host, Miss CC and Mr. Wright. You gonna be respectful. We can hear you. We can hear opposition, but you got to be respectful. You can go ahead and unmute your mic. We haven't heard from you. I seen you in the comments. So go ahead and you can unmute, ma'am, and speak your piece.
Hey, Miss Hillary, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Now, this is for Cece, because she said that she never sees anyone come on your live or your panel and defend Joe. We're always in the comments. Now, I watch both your content. I appreciate both your content. I don't feel some type of way about what Joe said, because it doesn't bother me, because I have other stuff going on in life to worry about if he's bashing this person, bashing that person. Because what Joe makes at night and what he put in his food or his pockets, it doesn't do nothing for me. It doesn't do nothing for me. Some of his content, I'm usually like, dang, Joe, you ain't have to go like that. And then the other ends, it's just funny to me. It's funny to me. Just like they talk about the trans women, they talk about the LGBT, but then they're saying we're supposed to be one community. You can't be one community with just one thing. You have to be one community with all things.
So I have a question for you. So when you say that when he says something about attacking women or their children, you don't have a problem because he didn't say it to you. Is that what I'm
No, so I never seen the video. I was on that live. The live was 2 hours and 33 minutes. I have never seen him say anything about her kids. Now, I did hear him say about the wishing her death on herself. Maybe she should wake up deceased. But I have never heard him say anything about the kids, and I'm still waiting on the post. I even inboxed her, asked her, could she send the video? She says she has to try to find the video.
So you didn't hear him say that you hope that he wished that this black woman would go to bed with her kids and they wake up dead.
He didn't say her kids. That's what I'm trying to say. When I asked her for the full video.
Wait, Miss Ma'am. I'm not talking about. I think we're talking about some different things. Let me tell you what I'm speaking about. What I'm speaking about has nothing to do with Duchess. Are you speaking about Duchess right now?
Correct, because that's the only person that said with his kids.
That is not true. That is not true. There
So what other video is there?
Let me finish what I'm saying. So let me be crystal clear to you. This man he said this on live. I have the videos of him saying it. And he said this exact thing. He said, I hope that the black women go to bed with their kids and wake up dead. Then on another occasion, he said, I hope black women have stillborn babies and they be dead. This is what Joe Netta said in his on video recording. I don't have to find it because I got it. Okay. And it really upsets me when people get on here and try to put a false narrative and say this man didn't say this and didn't say that. He did say that. And I know for a fact he said it. Now, what I can say is that if he truly apologized to people for what he did, that's one thing. But to say that to some woman on here that had a miscarriage or had a stillborn and they're triggered, and I had people come up in my comments. As a matter of fact, one of Dutch's moderators came up on my platform and told me and was very emotional how she was triggered by what this man said about stillborn babies and people having miscarriages. This is all real. Nobody's making this stuff up on this man. Just because you didn't see him do it don't mean he didn't do it. Go on, Mr. Wright.
Okay, yeah, and you're right, Miss Sanchez, because my girlfriend, she had a miscarriage with twins. So even though that's for he shooting it straight to a woman, as a man, that irritated me. It's like that's a slap in my face, because you're gonna wish this on a black woman. It's like you got to think. I was almost a father, and we went through a miscarriage together. It hit me harder than it hit her, because as a man, you know, that's my pride. That's my legacy. And at the same time, you see how he operates. He only target the black woman, but when it comes to a man talking to him, he does not have no backbone to be a man and talk to a man. That's why I'm not trying to say take the shortcut route out and he's just gonna go to women, because I see my black women, my black queens out here standing on their business. They standing on their squares, but he feel it's more easy. Oh, I'm gonna deal with the black woman, but it's like you dealing with a black man. That's why I say A man is not gonna go for none of that. We're gonna stand on our business, our squares, whatever. So it's like, you say that you want to play with you seen the video when he wanted to play with the pregnancy test. Oh, I want to do this. You know how offensive that was? Even my woman was like, she was so boiled. And she's only 5'6". But she was so mad. But I'm like, that's a man at the end of the day. So you can't play around with, oh, Charles, I think I'm pregnant, or this and that and that. Bro, you only hold certain energy towards these women. And it put me in that position, like, as a man, if I see you, bro, gloves are off. There's nothing you can do. You and Slow Start are both men. Y'all carry the same thing I carry. You got the same thing I got. So there's no talking. A real man, after a while, we're not going to talk no more. You can't sit here and go back and say, well, I meant this. No, that's out the window. If you was going to play this type of person, come correct. Be like, okay, but if you going to do this to sit here and, how you say, throw rocks and run, no, we will trip you and catch you, and now you can do or trying to say what you got to say. How they say in the old school ways, how my grandfather say, a person can make their decisions, but you can't choose your consequences.
And you made a very good point, Mr. Wright. Hello, Miss Mia. Let me welcome in my sister, Miss Beautiful Mia. She was another one of Joe's victims. That went his comments and his attacks went very viral on this app. He attacked Miss Mia, called her everything in the book, and it went very viral on TikTok. See, this is what I want y'all to understand, that I have never been on this app trying to convince anybody to turn on him or cancel him. I've never said that. What I set out to do, and in all actuality, I've accomplished it. I have accomplished what needed to be accomplished when it comes to this man. And his problem, one of his problems, besides needing to see a plastic surgeon for a penile extension, is this problem. His mouth and the way he thinks. He don't think he can do no wrong. Those followers got this man's head. He's gaslighting. They're gaslighting this man. He thinks that he can't do no wrong, that he's perfect. And that's the problem. That is the problem when it comes to this man. And I don't give a damn who don't like it in this room. I don't give a damn. I came here to show him what Miss Hurricane Hillary could do, and show him. When's the last time you heard this man crashing and cursing out women like he used to do a few months back? He don't do it because he knows better. He understands the consequences of his actions. And now he further understands it because I got his ass in court and I'm going to hit him in his pockets. You're going to pay. And then when he put that hit out on me on Instagram, and I'm on Facebook, and it went viral when he told his supporters to attack me and get me and do all that stuff that he ordered them to do. Now his ass got to answer to criminal charges. See, you can't get on here doing anything you want to do because you think you are icon. Go ahead, Miss CC.
I hate that the young lady got off of here because I did want to have a conversation with her. And I wanted to say to her, like she said, what Joe does doesn't affect her. Well, I want her to know this. We're in the political year right now, and I want to know if this is going to affect her. The Trump and them are banding or against reproductive rights and women's rights and so forth and so on. So you got Joe here talking reckless about unborn babies and so forth and so on. Yes, it does affect us. So if he's talking to us, meaning the black community like that, look, how do you expect white folks to treat us and talk to us? So it technically does affect you. It does affect our community because Joe was saying stuff, and don't think that the Trump people are not looking at what he's saying, because they're probably pulling something. Look, talk to us the same way when we can't even respect ourselves. So how they to respect us?
Absolutely. And you know that, and I do too. Miss Mama D, go ahead and unmute your mic, and you got the floor.
Good afternoon, y'all.
Hello.
I just want to say, when I see him or whatever, when he come on, I don't even listen at this man, because what comes up and comes out, that man is dangerous in all his ways. So we as a black community, we need to stop this. We need to stop following people that is saying all kind of ugly things, and to make themselves look good. He said it on his platform. I heard him say it one time. Him and the lady, I don't know if that lady who just got through talking, when she just let him have it. I don't know if that's her or whatever, but he was saying that we take care of him. I don't take care of him because I don't listen at him. I don't listen at him at all. Because I think that he is a foolish somebody, and he try to make himself look big, and all that. I just don't follow people like that. And when people let everything come up and come out, I stay away from them kind of people. Because you're supposed to be, bridle your tongue at some point. Bridle your tongue, and he don't know how to bridle his tongue. He says whatever comes up comes out. So we as black people, we following him. I mean, I don't follow him. Those that follow him, why they following him? What is the point? He not funny. He not funny at all. To me, he make himself look real stupid here on TikTok. So we got to stop. We got to stop and held ourselves accountable for his wrongdoing. We got to say enough is enough. When he said that about black women's before, and everybody abandoned him for a little while, then he come there and soften everybody up, and everybody start following him again like it's so funny. I don't think he's funny at all. Not me. Not me. That's my opinion. And I don't follow him. Nowhere. I don't comment on nothing he say. When I see him, when I flip over my pages on TikTok, and when I see him, I don't even comment on nothing. Nobody, you ain't gonna never see me comment on nothing he ever say, because he just not my type of height, and I'm not upholding him in this wrongdoing.
Right.
I'm not doing it. It's just me.
Right. And I appreciate you for saying what you say. I appreciate that at all. Can I get y'all to tap the screen for Miss Hillary Sanchez? Miss Hillary supporters, can I get y'all to tap the screen? We're having a good conversation. Everybody is being able to speak their mind, speak their voices, come up and say the things that they want to say. Hello, Miss Mia. How are you doing today? Welcome in, honey.
Hey, I'm good, and you? Hello, panel. Hello, chat.
Kimi.
Hey, Cece.
How you
That
doing? How you
picture.
doing?
Hello, Jody. That picture's, I don't know, it's scary.
Yeah, so why don't you tell the people, because a lot of people don't know, you're the actual first person who went viral with Joe attacking you, Mia, and then I'm going to let Mr. Wright talk.
Oh, yeah. I remember when that happened, and Joe was like, that I think something like he made me viral, or it was something crazy. And I'm like, I've been viral so many times before I even knew you. That wasn't, my intention. But like I was telling you yesterday, I just felt like I was arguing with a demon. And I'm just being honest. That's the only way I can really sum it up. Even after that, I still tried to offer advice and to be humble about the situation, but it didn't work. And dealing with that type of person, it doesn't work. But it was so ironic today. I got a phone call and it was actually about Charles. And I expressed to this person that I kind of just washed my hands with that whole situation of trying to advocate, and talk to him and listen to him, because I feel like when you are in a relationship or whatever they have going on, with someone, you should be able to hold that person accountable. Joe is totally out of control. Totally out of control. And I feel like Charles being with Joe, he's condoning the fact that Joe is out of control. You have no say in that marriage. You can't even think for yourself. You cannot speak for yourself. None of that. None of that. So, I just share with this person, I just wash my hands, with the whole thing. People have to want help. And I feel like at this point in the game, Charles is condoning the things that Joe is saying about people and doing to people. And I feel like he's just as bad. Yeah.
Mr. White?
Yeah. I go off of what she says, like, not putting like nothing religious on here, but how they say, like, in the Bible, Ephesians 6, respect thy mother, thy father, thus for thou shalt live holy and ungrateful days. And it's like, Netta, that's the devil at work. And Charles is his little demon being a master manipulator. Like she said, he doesn't have no say so. You hear how blatantly this man disrespects another 35-year-old grown man. I'll take your phone, or you in your game room. It's like, come on, bro. Charles ain't got no backbone. To me, it's like you living in the trailer for free. You doing all this and woo, bam, or however y'all situation is. But it's like, you gonna let this man put you in a position you can't have, like she said, you can't have a backbone to speak up. You got to take accountability for it. Even though when Charles did that one video, when he said, oh, I checked it. If you ever see, before that video started, you hear Joe Glizzy like, go, it's on. Why is this guy sitting here writing your script? Got you reading a fake teleprompter to do this and do that. You letting the devil get you to do his work and all that. And it's a lot of glizzy bots in here, because I'm reading the comments.
Yeah,
I know who is who.
Yep, they're here. They're here. Can my supporters tap the screen? You definitely right, Mr. Wright. They in here. Can my true supporters power tap the screen for Miss Hillary Sanchez? I appreciate y'all. Thank you very much for the taps. And I'm going to say this to be very, very clear once again. Joe knows exactly what he's doing. I'm not. Everybody asks me, Hillary, why are you on here? You have your lawsuit filed. You have this. You have that. He's doing this. He's doing that. He's recording you. They're doing this. I don't give a damn about the facts of what form the basis for my case are there. You can't take that away from me. So it's there. It doesn't matter. What I choose to do on my show on a daily basis is what I'm doing. I'm conducting my show. I have a right to earn and do what I'm going to do. And I'm going to advocate for women, and people, they don't have to like it. And the question to these Joe bots and these people in here, because we know they're here, Mr. Wright, why are you here? Why is it that you are in here and you should be over there with Joe Diddy ready when he goes live to make his Sunday meals? Why aren't you over there? Because this is not the platform for you. And I'm going to hit him in his pockets. We're going to see how much supporters he got. He got 800,000 supporters. Y'all all give him $1 each for his legal fund. Because right now he's representing himself in a case already, and he's getting ready to have some other cases.
Can I say this, Miss Hillary?
Yes.
the Joe bots, they're not gonna come up here because they're in here sending him back retrieving information from us, from your panel, our panel when we go in towards like the late evening, late night. They're sending it all back to him. And if you ever notice, when he get information, then he'll trying to send out a video to trying to say this or stir up something to take our mind off of what just happened. Now, all you're doing is stirring something else up where it's just like, dude, every time you shoot, we catching it. So it's just like with him, there's no win-win situation out of your tactics, your antics, your rants. It's just like, you may not grow up with a father or a mother, but come on, dude, knock it off. When we call you out on your BS, what is it? Now you go belligerent. The first thing you're going to do is attack the melanated women first. But you're not coming towards no men. You can't send Slow Start out to defend your battles because he's going to get swallowed up. Easy. He cannot do nothing. So that's his best bet. Oh, let me troll the melanated women and get on them. But not knowing I'm a real man and there's other real men on this platform where it's like, we want to see you, bro. You are a man.
And
by biological birth, you are a man.
And you know what, Mr. Wright, I'll say this to you that you definitely, you are a man. You speak the truth when it comes to Joe Diddy. But see, y'all are in a league of your own. You guys, you didn't stop growing in certain areas when you was born. It's a shame. And this is a person who gets on this app trying to make fun of everybody else, calling Miss Hillary Sanchez ugly and all of this. And you sitting there rocking a shrimp. And you got a face only a mother could love. And let's just call a spade a spade. You got a face only a damn mama would love. And I'm tired of it that you want to call Mia ugly. You want to call me ugly. You do. This is what this man has done, Mr. Wright.
No, correct. Like, honestly, and I take that back. You said, I don't even think a mother, because it's like, you don't move like that. A mother's love is going to be a mother's love. Whatever that man went through in life, he scorned. I don't think you even got a certificate from preschool, kindergarten, junior high, a diploma from high school. So it's like, you're trying to make it by any means necessary, and you're going about it the wrong way. So it's like, you got to humble yourself. But the word humble does not, I can't even say dictionary because he can't spell a dictionary. You can't say a resort. You say result. But I think that's all a gimmick. You know what you're doing. But when we call out your issue, how you say the spade is a spade, tomato, tomato. But when it's like, once a person is tired of that BS, there's no smoke that you can throw in our face where we're just going to be like, oh, we didn't understand it. No, we understand it. So all your little antics and tactics, that don't work on us. You said we're in a different caliber as men. Men. You can't be a man. You can't be a woman. You can't be, a part of the alphabets. They don't want you. Nobody do not want you. So it's like, now you're on your own little evil planet by yourself. You don't have nothing. Only thing that he has that's his lifeline is this TikTok, social media. And these people on this platform is tired of it. You can run the Facebook, YouTube. The same treatment you getting over here. I don't know what those other platforms know about that man. They supporting him, but if they knew what 98, 99% we know on here and it spilled over to that platform, those platforms over there, it's really going to go down. You say you don't, the black woman, the kids and all that. Say that was on those other platforms. Even like older people that's not tech savvy or social media savvy with TikTok. Say that show your real face how you show on TikTok, on Facebook, on YouTube. You want to be an icon? Yeah, it's not going to be in the right way. But we're going to make you famous for a reason.
And let me be crystal clear about Joe Diddy. Joe Diddy definitely is hurting in areas, and I'm convinced in Miss Hillary Sanchez's opinion, y'all tap the screen please for me, is that he's got to be hooked up to a catheter, because from what I can see, I don't even know how you going in the bathroom. I don't even know how you are urinating at this point, because I don't see how you could even hold it. Now, with that being said, I want to be, I don't want to get too lost here, but I would be mad at the world too. I would be mad at the world too. And that's why I say the things I say, that this man want to get up here and bash and say all the things that he wants to say, throw these bricks, hide his hands, and do these things, file these paperwork in court, represent himself, and he can't even say community, Mr. Wright, CC, or Mia. He couldn't even say, I apologize to the Jamaican community, but he want to file a notice of appearance to represent himself in court so that he can tell the court the results that he was staying at, and the communication the communication of Jamaica instead of the Jamaican community. This is somebody who is in a courtroom filed to represent himself. Make this make sense to me. But you got all this money that I'm jealous of. I'm jealous of your success. I'm jealous of this. I'm jealous of that. I'm not jealous of you because you a man, and you a ugly ass man. And you make for ugly ass Miss Netta when you try to be Netta. And it's just a fact. And I don't give a damn who don't like it. Go ahead, Mia.
No, I mean, you're right. I agree with I really agree with everything that was said here. I don't know, I think since I kind of just like wash my hands with it, it's like it's exhausting at this point just to continue to see Joe attack different classes of people, different cultures of people. It's just disgusting to me.
Yeah, and he goes around from page to page and doing things differently every time. Now, it's 8:00. I got to get ready for the Miss Hillary Sanchez show on Queen of Queens, y'all. I want to thank all my guests, all my panel.
Hillary, can I say one thing before you exit?
I'll let you have a final word. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I want to say this. Joe and Charles pick and select who they want to target. Now, I'm going to tell you one page they won't target. Go ahead and target Woody and see what happened. Go mess with Woody and see what happened. I guarantee you Atlanta will be a little bit closer to Chicago than it is right now. So they pick and choose ones that, really won't retaliate or say or anything like that. But I guarantee you people like Woody, other content creators on here, they don't go over there and say nothing. Charles don't say nothing.
And they're not going to say anything. That's what they do. they're not going to. I'm not worried about them what they said to me because it was stuff that was said to you in 2022. It was not anything that was in 2024. That was 2 years ago, and it didn't stop me. I still did my show every day about them. They didn't do anything. If anything, they showed their hand, and that's why this man has got his ass in court. But thank you guys so much for tapping the screen. Thank you for my true supporters. I will be going live in literally a few minutes on the Miss Hillary Sanchez show on Queen of Queens #1 page on TikTok. If you guys miss any part of my shows or anything, check Miss Hillary out on the Miss Hillary Sanchez show on YouTube. And you can start at the bottom of the videos and work your way up. Tonight, we're going to be releasing the name of the person who had the criminal warrant that was working with Joe, who has a criminal warrant that was signed on Friday. I'm going to be discussing that, and we're going to also be discussing the upcoming court date and what happened on Friday late in the evening that was not reported on, that will have an impact on the upcoming court case this week. So I will see you guys on the other page. Thank you so very much for everything. Thank you, Mia. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank
you, Miss Hillary.
I appreciate y'all. Y'all understand the assignment. Y'all understand the mission, and I stand with you. And Fifi, I think you said it best. He doesn't mess with certain people. They know better, and that's that. So I will see you guys over on the Miss Hillary Sanchez show. Thank you, everyone.
Good night, guys.
Thanks.